That way you know what is risky to her. Is it the tenant that's going to go in there? Okay, so now you know how to answer that. We don't just put, glorified renters in there. We're putting an actual buyer who has all intentions with skin in the game to get to the finish line, right? And get cashed out. That's why we have such a high success rate, because of the way we structure these deals.
Hey, I just wanted to ask a question about a lead, considering something a lead. So, a seller I spoke with today, her motivation is she lives in downtown and she got a job basically across the river. And when she lived downtown, she could walk to work, and now she wants to move across the river to be able to walk to work again. So very little motivation. She said no to lease purchase or owner financing. She said she's very like when it comes to money and would rather like not have to deal with that. It's too risky for her. She'd rather take less and sell traditionally than do something creative. But when I asked if there was a plan B if it didn't sell, she didn't really have a plan B. I think it's for sale by owner. She might list it with a realtor, but she also didn't say she was staying. So I didn't know if I should even if it's even worth following up with her, since she said she's not wanting to take the risk and there's little motivation, or if I should follow up because she did not say she would stay if it doesn't sell.
What are your thoughts, Mike? I have one about risk, but what are your thoughts?
Well, did you ask her? You did ask her, what are you going to do if it doesn't sell?
Yeah.
What was her response? You kind of cut out there on my.
Yeah.
She said,
I got cut out.
I think she said she was going to list it. Let's see. I don't know where the sheet is. I think she said she would maybe list it with a realtor to get it on the MLS to get more access to it. But then she didn't say if it doesn't sell with a realtor, it wouldn't. She didn't say anything about that.
Okay. I mean, the risk factor is just, how you position yourself. You could also say, and Chris, you can chime in, but you're in total control. Title still stays in your name. We're just taking overall responsibility of the property. All payments, taxes, upkeep, maintenance, it's nothing more than a delayed cash sale, but you still have ownership of the property is what we're trying to get across.
My brain went to the risk too, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We both went to risk with everything you told us, Jessica, because I think I would have said, in addition to what Mike said, like almost stop her. Just so you don't leave money on the table, can I ask what you mean by risk, and just be quiet?
Yeah. That way you know what she's thinking, right? That way you know what is risky to her. Is it the tenant that's going to go in there? Okay, so now you know how to answer that. We don't just put, glorified renters in there. We're putting an actual buyer who has all intentions with skin in the game to get to the finish line, right? And get cashed out. That's why we have such a high success rate, because of the way we structure these deals. And then you can kind of go into the details after that.
Or her answer could tell you she has no idea what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So you just have to ask what she means by risk. See, if you guys can tell here with these things that Mike and I are hitting you with, most of it is you asking more questions to even their question or their objection, just more asking about their ask even. And I think it was Steve who once said, just like he would stall because he didn't know what to say. So he'd actually say to him, can you explain that? And then let them talk. And then he'd rethink what he was going to say. That's actually a good tactic. Mm-hmm. Can you explain what you mean by risk? And then he lets you recalibrate.
So would you follow up with her?
Me personally, you know how I feel about these. I just put them in a wait file and maybe get to them next week or whatever. I don't hurry it. I hurry it with the ones that, I remember saying this to Kim, like it was yesterday. It was when I first started, I was by myself. I remember coming home at night going, left a bunch of messages. I think 1 or 2 people will be chasing me by tomorrow. Like I called that many people, right? I didn't get many live. And sure enough, if 1 or 2 call back, that's who I'm all over. The other ones, I'll get to them when I get to them. Because you can get an appointment out of the ones calling you back, usually. So take your time with it. And then now when you call back, you have a little ammo that we gave you.
Motivation is always the number one thing when you're asking that question, right? Should I call him back? Well, what's their motivation? Is she really motivated? No. Let's move on to another one, then get back to her when you have time.
And use the form letter.
Yeah.
No to terms or no, not now. But it sounds like no to terms for her right now. But maybe after the next call.
Yeah.